Hey, 8th graders, it's your homie, Mr. Kinney. Aha. Today's September 26th, 2013, and this is going to be page 6 of your notes. Yep, number 6 is LeBron James, Aislinn. Yep, you got it. And our title today is Mixed Number Operations, which means we're going to go over adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing mixed numbers. Should be review for you. Nothing too crazy today. So we're just going to list the steps on how to do each, do a couple problems, then at the very end you're going to create some word problems to put this context into real world situations. Okay, so I listed the steps to adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Left some blanks out there for you if you want to try to fill those in. Maybe pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and start filling it in. So the first step that we want to do when we're adding, subtracting mixed numbers is to find the least common denominator. Next step is that you want to add or subtract the whole numbers. Next step, add or subtract the fractions. And then last but not least, you guessed it, simplify your answer. Alright, so let's apply this to the first practice problem here. 2 7/8 plus 3 3/4. We want to get a least common denominator between 4 and 8. That's going to be 8. So that becomes that 4. Hang on here a second. That 4 becomes an 8. That 3 becomes a 6. So now we go ahead and add the whole numbers. 2 plus 3, we get 5. Next step, add or subtract the fractions. So that's going to be adding the numerators of 7 and 6 and getting 13, keeping the denominator the same of 8, but we cannot have an improper fraction in our answer, so we need to simplify, and that becomes 6 and 5/8. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do number 2. Alright, so I went ahead and put in the answer to number 2. We had to get a common denominator of 20. And when we did the subtraction, we got 2 and 7/20, which cannot be simplified, so that is your final answer. Alright, so the next part of the lesson goes on to multiplying mixed numbers. Again, we're going to list out the steps, do a couple practice problems, keep it moving here. So the first step, if you haven't written them out already, please pause and do so. We want to convert these fractions into improper fractions. Mr. Harvey's messing with the pen again on me here. Alright, so we convert all fractions to, or we convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then we're going to cross multiply. And then we multiply across, meaning we multiply the numerators, then we multiply the denominators. And then the last step, as always in any fraction problem, is to simplify your answer. So in our first practice problem, that 4 and 3/7 mixed number we want to convert to an improper fraction. 4 times 7 is 28, plus the 3 is 31. That goes over the 7, and we're multiplying that by a half. Next step would be to cross multiply, which we cannot do. So we just multiply across and we get 31/14, but we cannot leave that. We have to simplify. So 14 goes into 31 twice, and we get a remainder of 3. Goes over the 14. So our final answer, 2 3/14. Go ahead and try number 4. See if you can do that on your own. Alright, so hopefully when you did that problem, you got 2 1/3. We had to convert those into improper fractions, multiply across. We got 7/3. Simplify that into 2 1/3. Alright, go ahead and flip the page and we'll keep this going here. So the next thing we want to do is divide mixed numbers. Pause the video if you want, see if you can fill in the blanks. First step, we want to convert all the fractions again into improper fractions. Next step is that we want to use the reciprocal of the fraction that's on the right. Then we cross reduce if we can. Then we multiply across both the numerator and denominators. And then as always, simplify our answer. Alright, so let's go ahead and do problem 5 together. So that 3 1/4 we can convert to 13/4. And we're going to change that division to multiplication. And that 4 over 1 we're going to use the reciprocal of, which is 1 over 4. We cannot cross reduce here, so we just multiply across, and we get 13/16. Alright, go ahead and see if you can do number 6 on your own, and I'll put up the answer in a sec. Alright, so after doing that problem, hopefully you got 1 and 13/15. We converted both of those mixed numbers into improper fractions. We did cross reduce here. We got 28/15, and we simplified that to 1 and 13/15. Alright, so that's the end of our lesson. Last thing you have to do is create 2 word problems. So not just operations, but actual word problems where you have to add, subtract, multiply, or divide mixed numbers. If you do one that's addition, you can't do the other one that's addition. Try to do 2, or you have to do 2 different operations, and then solve and show the answers. Try to be creative if you can, and see how we can apply that to the real world. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.